Welcome to our daily reading for Tuesday, February 14th, 2017. Happy Valentine's Day, guys. Remember, it's a general reading. See what feels right for you. See which signs, symbols, bells, whistles, messages, energies resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, praying about. We're all children of God. We're all psychic. We're not all going through the same thing at the same time, at the same pace. So see what feels right for you. It could be one sign, and that brings you clarity. It could be the whole reading. It could make sense later. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest, greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you, how you ride. These energetic waves that come through here is always up to you. Is it your wave? Is it not your wave? Are you waiting for another wave, preparing for that wave, crushing into the wave, riding the wave, or ignoring the wave? Also, feel free to make this an interactive video if you want to pull some cards for yourself. And if you have some time, try to check out the musical playlist below. See if there's more depth to this reading for you in any of those songs. Just enjoy the music. I hope you all have a beautiful Valentine's Day. I know some of you have love on the mind, romance in the air, and others it's just a normal day. Perhaps you're working, you don't care much, but there is the energy of relationships in the collective consciousness going on now. We're told that today is the day we should focus on love, but I think every day should be a good day to focus on love. Plus, if you wait till tomorrow or a few days, it's probably cheaper, less crowded, more romantic, and less pressure to go out than having to do it today. So make Valentine's Day whenever you want it to be. I hope you enjoy this reading. Thank you for joining me. I love you so much. I'll see you in a moment. Hi. Welcome to our daily reading for Tuesday, February 14th, 2017. We're going to start with the Fairy Tarot. Let's get some clarity on the energies coming through today. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. Let's get clarity and focus on the energies coming through and wisdom to ride these energies best. Let's start with one card and get wisdom for February 14th, 2017. The King of Summer is coming through. So this could be you. This could be somebody you know. This could be the energy coming through. It's usually a water sign. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio-like energy, usually male. Usually there's much more under the surface going on than you see up front. So he or she is a lot deeper than they appear to be. They usually like to help. They give to charity. They're the philanthropist. They give good advice. They care about family. They care about children. They care about nurturing. But they do what they have to do male energy-wise to get it done. They step in there and sometimes they seem like they're actually like non-emotional, which is sort of weird because it's the King of Cups. But they sort of have to know when to cut that emotion off so they can deal with what they have to do in their world to get something done, so they can maybe dive into those emotions later and let it process later. I feel like they always come through after the fact with the emotions, and they deal with the logical stuff first. They know how to balance it. Sometimes you just have to dive into the emotion first, and all logic goes out the door. But this king knows when to pull it back in, when to open that door and bring something back into balance. They became the king by diving into something that was really dark in the ocean. Like, you think of the ocean under the surface, there's a lot of monsters under there. There's a lot of weird situations that, you know, you had to face to understand what you're facing, to know what's worth facing, what's worth putting your energy into, what's worth going around. He always is pretty intuitive, pretty psychic, pretty sexy. They're usually the surprising one. They're like you don't know how they're sexy. They just are. It's just in them. It's not always in your face. It's not always big in the, even in the personality of the king of summer. Sometimes he or she is pretty quiet, like mysterious, you know, if it's more of that Scorpio energy. Pisces, it just could be like confusing. You just like totally mysterious. You don't know where they're coming from. And Cancer, because they're maybe sensitive to you. So there's like a connection there that you're confused and drawn towards. There's also a protective energy here, you know, protective on the home, protective of your environment, of emotions. So there could be a protective energy around his or her heart, you know, feeling a little like closed off on something, so they know when to open up, when to warm up, when to be exposed, when to be vulnerable. He's not afraid to be vulnerable, you know, to be sexy, but I feel like it's very well chosen in timing when it should be, you know. I just heard PDA by John Legend. I'll put that below. Knowing when to make out in public and when to, you know, like, I feel like he's not afraid to like show a little lovey-dovey in public, but he's not into fighting and like bringing your personal business into public like that. It's sort of, you know, that nice balance between your heart and your head, or his heart and head. It's a male energy, so it's a masculine energy, but it's like, I feel like he knows when to hold back and then when to dive in. So it might be surprising. It might be just sweeping you off your feet all of the sudden. And, you know, coming back to, I'm getting like the shore, you know, knowing when to walk up on the shore and feel grounded, feel secure on something. Loving, I'm getting really in tune. So maybe this king is extra sensitive, extra psychic, extra in tune with something. Maybe even tossing between feeling something deeply and feeling something logically and knowing where that center place is. So maybe patience is involved here. Honorable, devoted, mature, warm-hearted. A romantic partner you can trust. Excellent advice that comes from the heart, and getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavor. I feel like whoever this is somebody you talk about projects with, or like adventures with, or doing something together with, like coming up with ideas together, and then getting like having that excited emotion about something, and then gathering, like, I don't know, I'm getting like gathering art supplies, or gathering like information on where you would go on vacation, or what you would do together next week, or how you could do this better. Like, I'm getting like push and pull, almost like the tide. So this king is just as good at absorbing information, having it go into him and circulating, and then coming up with something new, as he is giving information and putting it out there, and being the muse himself. Amused, I'm getting, being amused. So maybe there's a nice, funny, light-hearted energy here, lightening up about something, finding maybe the humor in a situation. It's very dark around him, so maybe there's something going on at night. It looks like there's like sexy candlelight glowing, coming, like, look at this. It's like he has the, like, I want to say tea lights at first, but I think of like the lanterns in the garden, or the fairy lights outside. So maybe there's romantic lighting, or getting in the mood. I feel like his staff has the world like in his hands. Vincenzo agrees with that one. It's also in his left hand, so he's receiving information from the world, from spirit, from God, from the universe, and that's circulating inside of him. Maybe compassion from the world, being sensitive to his or her environment, and knowing how to take that sensitivity and make it a strength. It's funny, you can't see his right hand, so he's keeping something to himself. That just made me think of Hand in My Pocket by Alanis Morissette. I'll put that below. That's a cool song to come through. There's also little fairies dancing at his feet. So I think of like they have like little lanterns around, so you have helpful energy around you. You have light-hearted, I think of like an orchestra or like maybe like backup dancers here. Energies you work well together with. It makes me think of working together with others that make you like dance. Like you could do something that feels like it's cleaning up the yard, but if you have good music on, it feels like it's fun. I'm also getting like anticipation or timing. So maybe something doesn't happen right away. You know, he's sort of mature. He doesn't really push, waits for the right time. So it might be a surprise. Maybe it's not on the day. Maybe it's a leading up to it. You know, I think of like these lights and I see a path. So I see like a calm path walk, you know, through the moonlight, through the night to get somewhere. So maybe it takes longer. Maybe it spreads out. Even I just heard weeks or days, you know. I feel like maybe this night, or I want to say night, maybe he's moving, maybe standing still. What I just heard, are we standing still? I'll put it below. I can sort of hear the song, but only partly, so I'll put it below. Back to the king. I feel like there might be planning here, or it might be something that's just the start of an adventure together, just the start of a new chapter together. I see like a new chapter unfolding, so maybe you're even talking about the past or memories, or going through a book and like bringing up or opening up to things from your past or his past, and that's like maybe that merging that I see like attraction, like magnets pushing and pulling together. That just made me think of Push and Pull by Nika Costa. That's a good song. So maybe there's a pushing and pulling of energies, but that's like almost like I see like a fire, you know, like getting brighter and then dim and then bright and dim. So go with that flame. Maybe it's something that just stays lit for longer if you allow the pulse to come through and not burn out, or, you know, get too damp on something. Like, don't get too down on anything going here. Don't bring anything down. Keep it lighthearted, and don't get too excited about something so the energy's there and it overwhelms anything, and, you know, it's like throwing all this water in the fire. There's a nice glow here for this Prince of Cups, so allow that glow to continue so it spreads. You know, I feel like you're maybe talking about something in the book, shutting away something from the past and opening a new chapter. You know, opening something new off the shelf. So even if this is somebody you know, it's a new chapter, a new experience, or this is a new chapter, a new experience with this king. Or this is you opening that book, you know, to something new, a new pathway through, new confidence coming through. He's very confident. And I see this, the Pisces here on his chest. So when I see Pisces, or I think of Pisces, I think of the fish in the water being pretty much naked, completely exposed in that scary, deep, dark ocean, you know, exposed to everything. So it's the strength because they feel every ripple, they feel every sensation, and that's their strength. They know how to react, what to do, when to wiggle out, when to go with the flow, when to blend in, when to stand out and be that shark, you know, whatever they need to do. Very adaptable energy I'm getting here. So let's continue. I'm going to go to the Angel Tarot, and let's put this up here. Oh my, Vincenzo. King of Summer, King of Cups, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer-like energy, or just somebody just romantic. Emotional, sensitive, understanding, nurturing, there for you. Even if that's just a friend. You know, it's that friend that you can talk to, that you can talk about your weird experience you had today, yesterday, in the past, or whatever, and they make light of it. They say, oh, that's okay, honey. You're better off without that, or this is what you should go for. They might have really good advice for you. If this is somebody that you know, that's just that friend or that person you happen to meet, even a stranger, like giving you some good advice. I feel like you'll feel like it's the right advice at the right time, at the right place, that brings you the right, like, confidence to do what you have to do. I'm getting that you have to do something. Maybe not today, maybe soon, but maybe this is just having the confidence of knowing what to do about whatever you went through, perhaps with this King of Summer, or that he's going through this now and this King of Summer is coming into your world soon. I'm getting like in some cases, this could be like a helpful friend or brother or dad, you know, somebody you know that just has good advice. For others, I feel like it could be a new romantic partner, or the romantic partner you have, like having a new self-confidence. I feel like he in particular has some like butterfly, almost like dragonfly wings. When I think of the dragonfly, I think of transformation, regeneration, and being able to fly through a situation however you need to, in, out, backwards, upside down, hovering, whatever you want, somersaults, whatever you want to do, you're capable of doing it with those kind of wings, so you're free. Maybe you're helping somebody else discover how to be free, you know, with their emotions in a relationship, not so restricted with how they feel about something, or what they've done. I'm getting advice from someone. So let's see. Let's get clarity on the Knight, or the King. I keep wanting to say the Knight. Maybe it's just night time. Or another night, perhaps. All right, let's get another card. Clarity on the King of Summer. And the Ace of Air is coming through. So this is the truth. Whether you like it or not, it's just the truth. It's not good. It's not bad. It just is. So maybe it's just speaking your truth, being clear about where you're coming from. You know, I'm getting just what's good for you, what's not, opening up about something, maybe not make it such a big deal. Maybe it feels a little weird getting it out in the beginning if that's somebody new that you're talking to, or it's a new situation. It is a new situation. It's the Ace. Ace of Air is being clear about something and now knowing what to do. Now that it's clear, now you know what to do. Now that someone else is clear, maybe they now know what to do. So be clear, communicate properly, say what you mean what you say. Sometimes there's more said in what you don't say, so know that's a decision too. To not say anything sometimes is a bigger decision than what you say. This is saying no if you want to say no. You know, making it easier on everybody in the beginning. This is saying yes if you really mean yes, giving it a go, getting past that stumbling block, that awkward like butterflies in the beginning kind of moment, and just giving it a go, seeing where it goes, seeing what unfolds, seeing what the next page has for you. You have to hold that book, start reading, jump into the story altogether, have the experience for it to be real. Sometimes the Ace of Air is a great idea. You know, it's getting an idea and going with it. You know, sometimes I think of it as an invention, or like a yes, like yes, clear. This is clear. You should do this, or you shouldn't do that. Or an aha moment, you know, a knowing inside of you that you don't question on what to do. So I also feel like when this comes through, it is brilliant. It is like a light bulb. It is something that was in the dark before, that was unclear, that was blurry, that was behind the veil, that was just teeter-tottering, unsure, not sure what to decide before, and it just shines the light on everything. You know, perhaps what you didn't want to see, and what you needed to see, and what you should see, and everything all together, so you know what you should actually do. I just hear like la 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 like what is, like maybe that's you or someone around you, like you didn't, maybe there was just someone like not wanting to hear the truth on something, or they weren't in the right place where they could hear something yet. They had to come through something or be clear on something first before they could step into something. So I feel like that has stopped and now something is clear. It's like the noise that was underneath the surface stopped. I feel like it's almost like there was a noise under the surface and it was just there so long you got used to it. And perhaps once it stopped, you realized how loud it was. And there's like, oh, that's nice. And then you can think. I'm sort of getting like meditation, like that moment of silence. Maybe there's something in the silence, or there's like a blessing in the silence. But this is also coming through the silence, piercing through the silence and flying free. Look at these big wings here. You're also a unicorn. So you could probably just teleport, you know, get out of that situation or fly into a situation a totally different way. Something unique, you know, something, I hear uniquely you. I feel like you're ready for takeoff here. You know, you're ready for a liftoff. You just have to catch that right wave, that right gust of wind coming through. And once it comes through, like I'm getting like a kite flying, like just run with it and let it go and see how it lifts. See where you go. It might be rough in the beginning, you know, to get it up there. I see like the kite doing these, you know, but once it catches the right wave of energy, it's going to stay. It's going to uplift you. It's going to feel like it lightens the load, changes your situation. I feel like you can start to just fly with that kite, all of, you know, like you're just hanging on and you can just fly along the situation rather than even having to deal with any of the stumbling blocks, boulders, whatever's in your way below you. You can just rise above the situation. Brilliant new ideas and inspiration, seeing the truth of a situation in a challenging beginning. So, you know, when something's new, when it's just a new dynamic in your relationship, a new chapter in what you've gone through, or what's become clear, or where you want to go now, or you're starting something new. This could be a new job, you know, a new direction completely. You could still continue on that same direction you're on and just sort of take a side road here and there every once in a while and just expand. I'm getting like, just change the shape of your road. It doesn't have to be one way. Your road can be whatever shape you want it to be, go wherever you want it to be. Sometimes you just have to start to change the shape and then see where it leads you. See what it becomes. I see like I want to say like a labyrinth. Something like that, like really big labyrinth. Or like something meditation that you can walk through and it becomes, yeah, I'm getting a labyrinth. Brilliant new ideas and inspiration, seeing the truth in a situation, a challenging beginning. You know, if you create a labyrinth, it might be hard. You have to make the plans, or you just start and see where it leads you. It's hard to move all those rocks or however you make it. I guess it could be anything. I get natural, like a labyrinth made out of stone or flowers or trees or nature, wood, something like that. Rocks first. So I'm getting a grounding energy, but how long it would last, how it would, I'm getting maybe ground yourself. Maybe just go outside and sit on a rock. Take your shoes off if you can and just ground yourself. It actually changes your physiology. It grounds your energy so you can start different, think different, circulate things better. So maybe just go on a walk. You find your answer there, getting out of the ruckus, out of the mess, out of the house, out of the chaos, and just do something on your own here and see if you have an idea that comes through or something you see. Like I see like a store window or a sign or a song or something, however it comes through for you, and like, oh, that's what I have to do, or that's where I have to go, or that's who I have to call, or that's where, you know, that's what I have to begin, or here's where I have to start. And start with something. It takes making an effort after this comes through on your part, effort to make it happen, to make it work. But usually it's pretty positive. Anything that comes through that you need to fix will come through in the beginning, so you don't need to focus or fix or get stuck so much later. I just see the kite thing again. So if you have to jump over a few things in the beginning to get going, jump over it and keep going. All right, let's get one more card for the day on the King of Summer, the Ace of Air. We're going to go to the Oracle of Visions by Sierra Machete and get clarity for the 14th of February 2017. Clarity for the day on the King of Summer and the Ace of Air. Oh wow, we have this again. This is that stallion breaking like out of something, but bursting out of something is just allowing something. It's allowing freedom in something. It's not a push in anything. It's just a release. Something that was, I'm getting fictional, maybe just, I just heard Just My Imagination by the Temptations. Like, I think of this carousel horse, and I think of like an imagination. This is also what I was seeing yesterday. I was seeing like a snow globe thing, and or maybe the day before. No, I think it was yesterday. I think. I see the stallion. It makes me think of maybe a totem animal, or our connection to nature. I think of the horse as something that's able to walk on this earth and meant to handle whatever comes, terrain-wise, anything. The tree can fall down, the horse can jump over, it can get across the creek, it can get through the mud. You know, they're really in tune with instinct, you know, also with us. So maybe animals, maybe the horse is important for you. I also see the Pinocchio here. So make sure you tell the truth. You're coming from integrity on where you're coming from. Trust you can feel out anyone else who might be just, maybe they're nervous, you know, maybe it's like not the complete truth. Maybe they're omitting a truth or omitting something. I would say just don't push. Sometimes we just have things that are uncomfortable that we went through, and the right time comes into our world that it comes out and brings healing in our world. So you don't need to push anything. I feel like he's sad. Like maybe there's something that was said in the past or omitted in the past that there's regret or whatever. And we all mess up. It's okay. You know, you can always change today and change the situation today, so you're not stuck in the same pattern of whatever you went through in the past, or that same, you know, chapter that you went through. We're always given a new chapter. We're always given the chance to bring something into reality. And I also see the masculine feminine here with the doll. I see something was like drained before, or you have to let something go. You have to let something go down the drain that was just draining you, that wasn't working for you, or replenishing you, and see what replenishes you with that happy, like, chi, prana, organs, circulating life force energy, you know, that makes you feel unique, that makes you feel special, the child of a God you are. And what is that in you that wants you to move, to break through, to go to something, to start to do something, to make something happen already? You know, 34 is a 7, so it's the road to truth. It's the road to your truth, to something that makes you feel good, makes you feel like you, let's see, 34 is breaking free and chasing a dream. A horse is the projection of people's dreams about themselves, strong, powerful, and beautiful. And it has the capability of giving us escape from our mundane existence. Pam Brown. Finally breaking free. A real horse embodying a true inner spirit escapes from the carnival shell, which represented his existence up to this point. It's like you were stuck in the, you know, you were stuck in the carnival ride. You were stuck at the amusement park for too long. And it's time to break free with something that feels like it's your amusement park, like you're building it and you're not stuck in someone else's idea of a good time. All right, so the constant repetition finally ends as he soars through the glass confinement. His escape and transformation is witnessed with awe and incredulity, but also with envy by those he leaves behind. Sometimes we bust out of our, I just heard britches, but bust out of our environment, our perceptions, our whatever, and a big change comes into our world, and those that haven't changed in our world from before don't know how to handle that. You can't make somebody else change if your world has. You can just, you know, go with those changes, go with your flow of energy and be an example and not worry so much about others. Sometimes people don't know how to change. Sometimes it takes them seeing it from somebody else and not you to want to do it. And it's a ripple effect. So I would say just be your own ripple effect, your own snowball effect in this situation to bring bigger changes into your world, and see how it will reflect the outer world around you, especially if you're making changes for yourself out of love that you love to do. And that loving energy will circulate out there and go where it needs to. And those that aren't quite ready to handle it or work with those changes yet, usually just fall out of our world naturally, or something changes and there's a new road, there's something else, and new people come into our world. So I feel like this King of Summer wants something pretty real, but it's not to say that he or she hasn't had some, you know, maybe flaky or, not that they were not so meaningful, but maybe not the most best memorable experiences, but they're all a part of what makes him or her strong and ready to handle whatever comes through now. So this card represents the numbing routine of daily life. For example, the mindless repetition of the morning commute. That's making a different road, making your road a different shape, going a different direction, seeing something different on your way to work, bringing something new into your world so it feels fresh again. What might be comforting familiarity to some can be claustrophobic choking of our inner spirit. We occasionally escape through dreams of what might be, but at some point we may act upon them to the amazement of others. So I feel like that's today. You know, you have this Ace of Air coming through, you know what to do, or you will soon know what you should do. It's up to you to act upon it. You know, to know what's worth taking a chance on. In the end, we only regret what we never try. Things don't always work as we want, but if we give it a go, it gives us a good running start to what might become. I hope this is helpful for you guys. I love you so much. Have a beautiful Valentine's Day. I'll see you soon.